going on, everybody? This is Canvas Guru, and I got a veg update for you. This is the Mars Hydro 2x2 tent. Okay, they suck, but it's whatever. You know, this is an older tent. I don't know what their newer tents are like, but this tent, I mean, they're good at first, but I don't know if it'll last very long. This one's got a slit in it right here already. I don't know what it's from. But anyways, besides that bullshit, we're supposed to be talking about plants here. So, we've got a CalMag deficiency, okay? That's what we're seeing right here. Originally, I was like, it's just magnesium, but I started to look at the lowers, and we've got some blotchiness, turning brown spots, yellowing out a little bit, stuff like that. That's, let's see here. You can see the brown spots up in here. Up in here. So, yeah, she's got a CalMag deficiency. All of them do. Here's typical, look at that one. Typical CalMag deficiency symptoms right there. Okay, so this plant has it as well. Reason that the plants in flower don't have it, I haven't given them any CalMag. The ones in flower, it's just the newts. It's getting enough nutrients. These, obviously they were cut off the ones in flower, so they didn't get enough nutrients to be able to ward off the CalMag deficiency. Because I don't think there's really any CalMag or anything like that in the cloning solution. So, and they've only been getting fed a little bit at a time, you know what I mean? So yeah, they're deficient. I've given them, basically, it's 2 mils of 2 mils? Or what was it? I can't fucking remember. But anyways, I gave them like a half a mil or 1 mil to a half gallon. I think it's 1 mil to a half gallon of CalMag, so it's like 2 mils a gallon that I'm giving these. Which, you know, they only get a little bit till they have runoff, so that's not giving the plants a lot of CalMag. Okay, but I don't want to burn them. Is the deal. So I'm being careful with how much CalMag I give them. Okay. Yeah, I could give them a good shot all at once and boom, you know, they'll be good. But then when you go to feed the next time, you know, and say you add some CalMag, you just burn your plant. You know what I mean? So it's better to start off with a little and work your way up than to just start off at, you know, with all of it all at once, you know, and be done, because you can really mess up shit if you do that. Your ppms will get really, really high, and at first you may not notice any burning. You go and maybe you don't notice any burning at all, you know what I mean? It comes time to feed them again and you don't notice any burning, and then you give them some CalMag in that dose, or dose CalMag in that feeding, and boom, and then you notice you got, you know, burned plants. So I'm just trying to figure it out, and it's because you give it too much CalMag, you know, and you're getting too gung-ho with it. So I have had grows in the past. I used to have some Mars Hydro LEDs, like back in what, 2017. Okay, the border pole ones, you know what I mean? They were big. There was a 1200 and a 1600, and I had 2 1600s and a 1200. And on one grow, I remember, actually it was pretty often on most of the grows, I was giving them 5 mils per gallon of the CalMag, especially with those lights. They were just eating up the CalMag. So they didn't have, those Mars Hydros did not have a white light on them. They were just simply full spectrum or a veg, flower or veg mode, you know what I mean? So they were alright, but the dye was burnt out really, really fast. They didn't last very long. And they were expensive lights, dude. They were not cheap for Mars Hydro. So anyways, this light though right here is a good light, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to plug Mars Hydro or anything, but I like it. I really do like this light. It'd be better if it had a mean wheel driver, but hey, this one's working fine. I know that the new model, I don't even think the new model looks like this, but the new model does have a mean wheel in it, I believe. But yeah, dude, it's working really well. I get nice tight node spacing, excuse me, with my plants. This is the G13. So look at how well it's stacked up, dude. Under this light. Sorry about that, guys. Let me stand up here. This fucking hurting my knees. You can see how nice she's stacked up right there, dude. See if I can. I got one hand on the phone. There we go. One hand on the phone, one hand on the plant. So yeah, you can see. Sorry if it's blurry, you guys. Pretty stacked up. Okay. There we go. See, she's a good sized plant already too, and they were just like this tall not that long ago. So they've been pinched. This one's got 5 node spacings. Oh jeez, excuse me. Sorry. When you get older, you kind of gain weight and get fat. Your belly gets in the way. Oh man, I need to lose weight. Anyways, so yeah, this has got 5 node spaces before I pinched. Okay. This one, I believe, also had 5 before I pinched. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yep, this one also had 5. Or no, this one was 4. Excuse me. This one had 4. It's the shorter one, but it's growing at the same rate as the taller one. They're just, so it's never going to catch up to this one because, like I said, it's taller and they're growing at the same rate. It's the same pheno. This one right here is obviously a different pheno. She stacks up hella tight. Let's see if I can get close up here. Maybe not. She's pretty full. Anyways, yeah, you're not going to be able to see that shit. And I'm holding the phone. The other hand. See, look at how tight that stacks up, dude. Oh, shit. And then I got this bitch right here. This ugly thing. But I kind of am digging the way she works, the way she looks. As far as the node spacing goes. Super duper tight node spacing. But then again, she's, you know, she's stunted. But I feel like if it was going to be a stretchy plant, that it probably would have stretched out when she was stunted like this. So I don't know. She's got some new growth on top, as you can see, and it's looking good. She should snap out of the CalMag deficiency pretty nicely. The stalk is huge. That's what happens when you put too much growth hormone on your stalks. And you can see where I stopped. So, and that's bendy right there, so I got it staked up. It'll thicken up and get strong again. And this plant, I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's starting to grow normally. Because she stacks up super tight. So she does the same thing during normal veg when she's, you know, snapped out of this shit. She might be a keeper. Just depending on the rate of growth rate, however you want to say it. If it grows fast like these ones right here, and is a tighter node spacing than these ones, maybe similar to this one right here, that grows this fast, it might be a keeper. So we'll have to see. These Rocket Genetics, Rocket Seeds, now, okay, I've said in the past that they were kind of shitty. Well, like, yeah, I guess they're not that great, because 2 of my seeds didn't bear anything. Sprouted retarded, basically. One seed had like 2 roots in it, which was weird, 2 tap roots, which was weird. So I tossed that one out, and the other one didn't really sprout. So yeah, fuck it, I tossed them. The plants in flower, I think that's from me, not from me, from the light. It's another kind. K5 XL1000. I had too much red. I used the Kind's veg spectrum that's programmed into the light, and it gives you 60% red, 100% white, 100% blue, right? And of course there's other colors mixed in with the white and the blue. However, those channels were at 100%, red channel at 60%, right? It makes the plant stretch too much, and I figured that out. I didn't think they would stretch that much, so I lowered it down to 40. Still stretching a lot, so I lowered it down to 5. Still stretching, so I shut it off. And believe it or not, they're still stretching some, just during blue. But they flipped in flower. They're at their 2-week mark, 2-week transitional mark. Or not fully, you know what I'm saying, but that's what they're doing right now. They're in a 2-week transition period, excuse me. And they're still stretching a little bit, even though it's 100% blue and white channels and no red. So I guess that's normal for plants to stretch even if there is no red, from what I'm seeing. It's kind of a good little science experiment. I figured it wouldn't stretch at all, really. It would grow, but not stretch. You get what I'm saying? I figured it would tighten up the node spacing and all that shit, and it... I don't know. I'd have to look at the lights aren't on right now. I don't really think it did that much. I'll do an update once the lights come on, and we'll check her out. I can't quite remember. I did a dab in some morning time, so I'm still kind of trying to wake up. But yeah, so that's what I got going on. I was gonna get some new genetics, but we got busy and just kind of fell through. I need to get some seeds. I don't know. I need to go to the store and get like a 3-pack of Feminized, or if they have some regular seeds. Oh fuck, dude, a 10-pack there is like $100, bro. Plus, you know, it's expensive, dude, for seeds. Especially if you're getting regular seeds and you don't know how many males you got in there. That's the one bummer, but I feel like regular seeds are stronger than feminized seeds, personally. Because a feminized seed, from what I understand, I've never done it, never had it happen, excuse me, to me, but I've always grown regular seeds, so this is my first time with feminized ones. They can turn male on you sometimes, dude, and fucking pollinate themselves. From what I understand, the feminized ones, because what they do is they let a plant seed out, right? They fertilize it, whatever, let it seed out, okay, and then they use a spray generally to, I think that's all what they do for all of them, is they use a spray and spray the seeds to make them turn female or stay female. Make the males turn female, basically. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know, I don't like that, dude. That's the kind of thing, that's the thing that I don't like about feminized seeds, is they use a chemical to make the seeds female. And you're smoking that shit. And the DNA from inside that seed that you just altered is in the bud that you smoke. Okay? Hear me out. In the bud that you smoke. Now, is that gonna make you fucking... Is that gonna make you pussyfied? I don't know if I've ever smoked feminized weed. I don't know, dude. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I don't know. Maybe that's the problem. Got too pussyfied. I smoked too much fucking feminized weed. I'm kidding. But yeah, man, it kind of had me thinking. You know, what if smoking feminized weed does affect your testosterone levels, or does pussyfy you in a sense? You know what I mean? I didn't think about it when I bought them. I never, like I said, I knew I didn't really, it wasn't really, I wouldn't say didn't like, I would say more not into feminized seeds. I was more into regular seeds, you know what I mean? Just, it's God's creation, not a scientist's creation. You get what I'm saying? So, I don't know, dude. You know, they're putting sprays on shit to feminize, make sure seeds are feminized, make them women. Next thing you know, they're going to be making full synthetic weed seeds, dude, and fucking, that's going to get crazy, dude. Imagine if they took AI and did some shit and made it create, like, the best fucking weed strain ever, dude, you know what I mean? Like, super fat freaking, you know those big tomato cans full of tomatoes, you know, those big cans full of tomato sauce that you can buy at this, like Costco? I want buds like that big, but the problem is that you can get bud rot, so the ventilation's got to be perfect, dude. I want buds like that, like stacked to the fucking fullest, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking, like the size of fucking of an air tank. You know what I mean? Or a CO2 tank, a full size one, like what I've got over there. You know, like a cola just stacked up like that. That would be dope, dude. If AI could do some shit like that, man. I bet you that strain would probably go for hella money because the yield would be fantastic. And the strain would be strong. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. I don't know, everybody would want it. Everybody would want it. You know what I mean? And everybody would probably have it, and that would be the new thing. But like I said, I don't know if it's actually feasible to have buds that size. Like I said, the ventilation would be a bitch. Outside it might be okay, but even then, you know, you might still get bud rot. So you gotta be careful. So, but yeah, I don't know. I just thought that'd be cool. These ones right here, this G13 is supposed to be a big producer. I hope it lives up to its name. The ones in flower, I'm disappointed in. They stretch so much. They're not doing what I'm used to seeing them do. These ones are. So that light just, I don't know, man. The lights aren't good for veg, really. At least not with this strain, you know. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's that great for veg, dude, to be honest. I don't think, if it was just blue and no white, just blue and like some greens and shit like that, you know what I mean? It'd probably stack up real nice and maybe grow if the light was intense enough. But right now the way mine is, if I take the white out and just do blue, I don't even know if the light's strong enough, you know? The red channel is the really bright channel with most of the wattage. And I'm going to be turning that on here pretty soon. So I'll start off slow, and then after they're done stretching, I'm going to turn it on. So I don't want them to overstretch and hit the lights. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to end up having to freaking cut them back. Or fucking bend them all over. Probably what I would end up doing is having to bend them all over. I don't want to have to do that. So, anyways, that's pretty much what I got going on, you guys. These plants, like I said, they got CalMag deficiency. I'm already on top of it. I noticed it early. As you see, the top ones are looking quite healthy. So, CalMag's starting to work, okay? They don't need to be fed right now. As you can see, they're still damp. Once they dry, actually, I probably could. I just don't want to overdo it, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to give them too much nutrients and shit like that and burn them, you know? Like giving them too much water, you know, especially at this size. So, not like the nutrient solution that I'm using is super hot, but, you know, just want to be careful. But yeah, dude, this shit's stacking up. Oh, fuck, dude, you can't really see it because the leaves are in the way. See how stacked up she's getting? So, like I said, I think there was just too much red, dude, with the other plants during veg. And I don't think I'm gonna be vegging out under those lights anymore, unless I can find a way to get them to veg out properly under them, you know. But see, if I remember correctly, like, it could be the strain, dude. I don't fucking know. Now that I think about it, because when I had lavender and Bad Betty, and I want to say it was my Bad Betty run that I had. I kept the lights, and during lavender, I kept the lights like 3 feet away from my plants, dude, so I could get the spread that I wanted, right? 36 inches roughly. And I got great development during veg, the last part of veg and into flower. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is, man. Because the strain looks like it's doing pretty. These ones look good for right now. This one's a slower grower, for damn sure. I like how tight it is, but I don't like how slow it grows. It stays really small and grows super duper slow. I wouldn't keep that. That's not a keeper. This one, I can't wait to see what it does when it gets healthy. Hopefully it's a faster grower than this, and it looks like it's going to stack up real tight. So, but anyways, guys, it's been 20 minutes. Shit, lost track of time. So if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and post them. Like the video, smash the bell, and subscribe to see the rest of my grow. Till next time, it's Cannabis Guru. Peace.